What's up, guys? My name's Denominator765, and recently I uploaded a video that was a live stream of Star Citizen. For that video, I didn't include my voice, except for at the very beginning, because it wasn't my intention to leave it up on YouTube. I wanted to be able to stream the game to a friend of mine who's considering getting the game. And of course, the game doesn't work too well through Steam for streaming it that way, so I just decided to go ahead and do it through YouTube. And I actually ended up getting a lot more views on that than I would have thought I would have gotten. So leads me to believe that there is a decent amount of people that would enjoy seeing some actual gameplay of Star Citizen. And no, I accidentally hit some. And so I figured, might as well, why not? Now, I know it's been a while since I last uploaded any videos. That's just because I've been at school. I've been doing 15 credit hour weeks at school and then 20-hour work weeks, so I don't really have time to do regular uploads or anything like that. But every once in a while, it would still be fun. I even got a guy reach out to me on the live stream video, Red Eagles MGN Cyro, and he was wondering if I'd like to do any collaborative videos with him. So maybe in the future I might end up doing that if I have time, but of course time restrictions are going to be the biggest factor in this. But anyways, so getting here on into the game here. So this is going to be your main hub, which I'm currently standing in. This is where you'll get your ships. Just go up to the consoles right here, and they list out all the ships that you have available to use. Lists out your current balance, because if a ship was just recently destroyed, then of course you need to pay a little bit of money to get it back. You know, before the timer runs out, or if you wait a certain amount of time, then you can just get it back for free. And having 4 ships, it's easy enough just to get it back for free. But first I'm going to show you guys around Port Alizar here. So currently this game is definitely still in alpha, but I mean, it's been in alpha for 4 years, but it's like the scope of this game is what makes me actually feel like I can trust it and just trust it to continue growing and moving forward. Because they plan on the next update, actually, they're going to have planets which you can land on. There's going to be multiple planets, and so multiple stations, much like Port Alizar, where you will initially spawn and then you know, get your ships and head out. Of course, right now, they haven't gotten any of that implemented. We can't, like right over here, that would be Crusader, the one planet that they have currently, and we cannot land on that at all. If you get too close, it just kills you. But yeah, let's look around here at Port Alizar. So first off, we've got Kasaba here. This is going to be where you are going to get all your civilian clothes. Now currently I'm in my armored EVA suit, and that guy's shirt is glitching out behind me, but like I said, it's still an alpha. There we go. So you've got all your hats. You can try on stuff before you buy it. And currently there is no character customization aside from the outfits, but come 3.0, which is going to be the next update with the planets, they're also adding character customization where you can, you know, change hair, change your skin color, change all that stuff. I haven't seen confirmed about changing the gender of your character, but I wouldn't be surprised with that. So yeah, you've got your pants, you've got your hats, your jackets, and the clothes that I'm wearing currently, well, maybe the pants come from here, but not much of it actually is from here. Oh, and the hat, but... And then you've got your shoes. My clothes actually come from Grim Hex, which is the outlaw spawn location, which I'll also show you guys. Let's see, what's over here? Oh yeah, and then Dumper's Depot is not currently implemented. It'll be where you take all your scrap metal that you pick up from, like, wrecked ships and all that, and you can take it in there and get money for it. That'll be, again, 3.0. Pretty much most of the answers are 3.0. But right now, it's still small. I've heard talk that 3.0 hopefully will be coming out before the end of this year, 2016, so I'm really hoping for that, because that's going to add a lot to this game. And then over here you've got Garrity Defense. This is where you're going to get your just normal EVA suits and, you know, the normal civilian armored EVA suits. And I didn't notice this before, but I don't think that guy has... Yeah, he doesn't have any kind of air filtration or air system that I can see, at least. So I don't know how you're supposed to survive out in space with this. But anyway, so you've got your light armor, your medium armor, and your heavy armor. And as you can see on my screen currently, like the armor that you're wearing actually does affect your vision. If you look at the bottom and a little sliver on the top in the middle, you can actually see my armor, because I'm wearing armor. There we go. I'm wearing armor that has eye slits, so they kind of had to implement the eye slits in a way that would work on a one-on-one view screen. But then if I go over here, let's see, which one do I already own? Okay, here we go. If I put this one on, now my screen completely changes, and you can see the armor down there in the bottom part of my screen, which is pretty much exactly what you would expect from armor such as this. Now, I won't be able to switch back to my other armor until we go over to Grim Hex, just because they haven't really implemented inventory like I would hope they would, but we'll get over there eventually. Over here, you've got all your weapons. Unfortunately, the civilian store doesn't carry much. They just carry the ballistic rifles. And of course, these ones are ones that shoot ammunition instead of energy. So you can get those. You've got your ballistic pistol and your arc light energy pistol, which I've got equipped currently. Basically the same as the ballistic pistol, but it shoots energy instead of ammunition. One thing currently with energy weapons is you actually cannot reload them, which is not really the best of implementations, but I'm sure they're going to change that. Ballistic weapons you actually can get more ammunition for. And here's a locker, so this is where you can change from EVA to normal civilian clothes, so I'll just change into civvy clothes so you guys can see that real fast. And like I said, there's my clothing, my hat from Port Alazar, my pants from Port Alazar, but then my jacket and my boots are actually from Grim Hex. So, get back into EVA before I try going out into the harsh coldness of space, not having any air or temperature regulation. That prevent hack over there is actually a mission. Like if you come into, this is called your hologlass. If you go into mission manager, it actually shows you all the missions that you can do. So you've got public enemy and repair. So if I click on that little hexagon, it takes away. So that tells me that the public enemy is actually over at the kind of like the hub for, I guess you could kind of say that it's a police station in a way, but there's no NPCs over there. So it's its own interesting little situation. But he's over there removing his crime stat or his wanted level. That way he can go places without being shot at by the NPC Crusader security. So I'll just get rid of that because I'm not going to go over there and try and get at him right now. Later on we'll do some dogfights, but right now. Let's actually jump into the freelancer right now. I don't think I'm going to make this video more... I don't think I'm going to do really like a ship exploration type showing you what each ship is or anything, because Red Eagle actually has a video that he did like about a week or two ago, where he actually goes into all the ships, because we had a week where we were able to access all the ships in the game, since it was the game's 4th anniversary. I don't know why I went around this side. And so if you're really interested in checking out all the different ships, then that video would be more your speed, probably. I'll leave a link to that in the description below. So this is the freelancer. I just got this because of the nice big cargo hold. I'm wanting to do some one-man exploration when planets come out. And this cargo hold actually is big enough for what's called the Drake Dragonfly, which is a two-seater, kind of like a space bike. And so I'll be able to put that back here, and that can operate both in space, and it has a gravlev system, so that it can operate a lot like a hover bike when you're actually in a gravity field. And the variant that I'm eventually going to end up with won't have the cargo space in here. It'll actually replace all this with, or these two sides with a long-range scanner system for better, being able to jump places with a lot more precision and have a lot more exploration capabilities. And then, of course, over here, this, I'm pretty sure, will be like a weapons locker, so you can store your weapons in here for quick access. And it could one of them could possibly become a EVA suit locker as well. That way you can switch into heavier armor, because you later on you actually won't be able to fly in that armor that I was in previously. Something like this would work well, because it's a nice, simple, really small suit, and would actually fit into a pilot seat. But the bigger armor you get, the less you're going to fit into pilot seats, and you have to store it somewhere and then switch into it when you need it, basically. And then over here you've got your escape pods, which double as beds, and right now the escape function doesn't actually work, but another thing that's going to be implemented later. So, you know, your ship's about to blow up, the crew can jump in there, escape, and there's actually a ship that's going to be dedicated to escape pod retrieval and have its own, like, medic bay and all that stuff, since there will be a lot of players in each instance, and there's organizations which will, you know, probably start warring against each other and stuff and have these great big battles, so the organization will want to have these ships that can go out, pick up the guys that are still alive and just floating in space and be able to bring them back. Oh, and another thing was we've also got docking rings, so you can dock with other ships later on and through those rings and be able to, you know, move between the ships, maybe transfer cargo between them. But let's jump into this pilot seat here.
Launch sequence complete. Landing successful.
Alright.
Launch sequence complete. Landing.
Get going here. And first off, let's take you guys to one of the missions. Well, not really a mission, but I guess one of the smaller missions where you just go and there's comm arrays all around this planet. If you're inside a comm array and you shoot at another player, then you'll actually get crime stat. But those comm arrays can be turned off, which, of course, criminals want to do so that they can get people to come to the comm array and be able to, you know, shoot them. So we're going to go over here to comm array 730 and get that back online. Let's see. There we are. So we're going to do some quantum travel here, which is basically just the game's version of warp speed. And normal flying around doesn't take any fuel, but you do have what's called quantum fuel for being able to jump places. And here we've got some NPC pirates that are going to try and stop us from turning this back on, because of course they don't want it to be on. They want to be able to run around, do whatever they want. And you can now my gun's locked on. That happens occasionally where one of your guns just gets stuck on, but again, alpha. I'm gonna be, you know, dropping back on that quite a bit, I'm sure, but I mean, just the scope of everything going on here, it's really hard to just let that affect my opinion. It's really easy to just overlook it and say, you know, it's gonna be fixed later on. Alright. One thing I really like about the Freelancer, as you saw, is it's got these giant guns. And actually here, let me jump to an outside view so you guys can see that better. There's my gun. And if it wasn't for this gun, I would not have killed those pirates so quickly at all. And then this ship's also got a rear turret for... Oh, I guess another player came here because we got more pirates spawn in. And so with that back turret, drop some flares to avoid that missile. You can have another player jump into that turret back there and provide you some additional cover fire. And most ships do have... I think that, yeah, that guy's running away, so... Most ships do have missiles, which if we end up running into any more pirates, then I'll show you guys those, but they work just like normal homing missiles. So to restore this comm link, we're actually going to head over here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little access port right in front of me, which should be more visible now. Personally, I like flipping my ship around, that way I can quickly and easily get in and out should, I don't know, another player come to attack or what have you. So let's run in here, get back into first person, and grab my, let's see, that's my sniper rifle. There we go. And both of these are supposed to have scopes on them, but they're a little bugged for me currently, but you know, still a work in progress game, so I have no issues, again, just overlooking that small little fact and hoping that it is fixed in 3.0. So yeah, the station is now turning back on, and I just got 1,000 credits for turning the station back on. That little satellite image up in the top left-hand corner is an indicator for when you are in range of a comm array, and lets you know if you're gonna shoot at players, then you're actually going to get some crime stats. So definitely something to watch out for if you do plan on attacking other players and griefing them or whatever you want to do.
Shield charging.
And now there actually are a little more standardized missions. If we go in here, you actually find them at ICC Assistance. I'll just do one of those since there's 3, and I don't really, I mean, they're pretty much the same, so showing one is like showing all 3, but at the same time, you know, I want to leave the other 2 for you guys to figure out. And the PI assist, or yeah, I'll shut up so she can talk.
Hi, welcome to the neighborhood. Second class junior cartographer Tessa Bannister reporting in. I'm the eyes behind all the ICC scan probes in the area. What these little guys see, I see. Which, yes, means I can totally see you. Right now. Anyway, there was actually a reason to why I commed. I'm sort of not allowed to leave my post, caught jump point scanning and all, so I was hoping you might be able to help me with something. If you have a second, could you check out these coordinates? Scans are saying something's there, but can't ID it.
Alright, so let's jump over to that unidentified signal. And one thing I just remembered about, so there's something called coupled mode, which I'm currently in, so you turn and your ship actually starts going in the new direction, keeping the same, or trying to maintain the same speed that you had. But then if you turn decoupled mode off, no, that's the wrong button. So now I've got coupled mode off, and as you can see, I'm going in this direction. If I turn, I keep going in that direction just like normal space. Just like if I was to actually be flying a ship out here in space, it keeps my momentum going in whatever direction that I'm currently going. For a lot of combat and everything, I do like having coupled mode on. And you can kind of hear the music is starting to bug out a little bit. And there's that weird little lag there, but I mean, I know I'm going to end up saying it a lot during this video, but I honestly don't mind with it being alpha and with just the scope of everything that they're planning on doing with this game. It's just a small minor thing that, to overlook. So we're going to head over to that red blinking light. Looks like Aliano, whatever his name, yeah, Aliano, is just getting done here. Actually, he might be sticking around and fighting pirates. I've seen a lot of people doing that. Let's see. Is he coming back in? Yeah, he's heading back towards us, so he's definitely after the pirates. Hold on. There we go. Sometimes I get lost in, you know, what modes I have enabled and all that. Oh. Okay, there we go. Coupled mode is... Now it's some fun lag there. And that's a lot of pirates. So we'll lock onto one of them with a missile. Shoot at him a little bit, and missiles away. And missiles are just that powerful. Alright, let's give this guy some... let's give Aliano some assistance with this one. One... I almost ran into the debris from that guy. One thing to keep in mind when considering if you want to use missiles or not is missiles are very expensive. And so if you do plan on, you know, going into a fight and you're thinking about, you know, using missiles for just about every shot, you're gonna have to remember that you will have to be paying a decent amount to get those missiles back. And I'll show you where you actually end up going to do that in just a second. Oh, Neosat is actually a player, not a pirate, so I'd rather just let him be as I look around for this red blinking light. I end up doing this a lot where I come here to do the mission and then I just lose where the mission actually is. So I will be back after I find this dot. Oh, there it is. It's gonna be a little bit to get over there, so... Okay, that's just another player. And we're getting a lot of lag again. Alright. And now we do have more pirates. So, I'll take care of these guys, and I'll be back when I get over to that blinking red light, if this lag would ever stop. Alright, so I actually ended up having to jump out of there because that... I can't remember what his name was, but that other player that was there that was a criminal, and you can tell criminals because they have the yellow around them. He ended up attacking me, and I now have no weapons to my name. Glad to see that I do have a decent amount of propulsion because according to the layout of my ship there in the middle of the screen, I don't have any thrusters, which is completely true. I mean, I still have like my maneuvering thrusters, but I don't have my main engines. I don't have my weapons. My ship's just a total wreck right now. So we're gonna come over here, hope for the lag to stop, and hope that we can stop. Okay, there we go. This ship actually tends to have, or I'm noticing that this ship has a lot better maneuverability without its main thrusters than most, which is really nice. So we're gonna come over here. This is Cryastro Station. This is where you come to refuel, restock your ammo, and repair your ship. So we're gonna try and stop just jiggling around over here. Get our landing gear out. Assuming we have any. Do we really not have any landing gear? Oh, there we go. Now it's out. So we're gonna come over here and we're gonna land. A little harder than I wanted. Wow, this is the worst my ship's ever been in. The worst condition that it's ever been in. Let's jump out to external view, and I don't know how I still have those landing gear that's just sitting off to the side. So yeah, let's just take a quick look on the outside of the ship and see exactly what's all. I don't know why it wasn't shooting, because it looks like I still have one cannon. But yeah, my thrusters are gone. My ship's just a total wreck right now. So let's take off again. That way we can land, and they will give us the option to repair again. There we go. Repair, restock, and refuel. And so now we're gonna have these neat little drones, yeah, those little ones, come out, and they're gonna come over, shoot energy lasers at our ship, and somehow fix it. And then we've got ammo restocking, fuel being replenished, and unfortunately I can't hear the guy talking to me, so I'm not sure exactly when they're done doing everything. It sounds like they're done, so I'm gonna take that for granted and head on out. So the last place that I want to show you guys is actually going to be over here at Yella. And it's called Grim Hex. It's, like I said at the beginning of the video, it's the spawn location for all the people with crime stat. Let's see, Port Alazar's. There we go. We actually, since we aren't criminals, we actually have to kind of go a roundabout way. When you're a criminal, you get a direct access to it. But since we're not criminal, we have to basically take a shortcut. I mean, you could fly to Yella and fly all around it, but Yella is a moon with an asteroid belt, and Grim Hex is in the asteroid belt. 1, 2, 3. So yeah, you point at those 3 big stars over there and just go for 3 seconds, turn around, head back to Yella, and it usually puts you within an approximate range of Grim Hex. As long as when you get to Yella, about half of it's light and half of it's dark, then you're pretty close. So as you see there, that's Grim Hex, that cluster of asteroids up there. It's very ominous not having the sound. So it looks like we've got 2 ships up there. Both of them are Hornets. And if you don't see what I'm looking at, in the bottom right corner, I'm actually cycling between 2 players up there that are in ships. And it shows you a layout of their ship so you can see, you know, what's damaged, what's not damaged, and you can focus your fire on what you most want to hit. It tells you how far away they are, how much EM, electromagnetic signature they're putting out, infrared, and I'm not sure what CS is. So yeah, we're gonna head on in here. I'm glad that I'm not seeing any yellow, so a lot of times criminals will be over here and they don't really, well, I mean, they're criminals. They want to troll you, they want to grief you, and so they'll just stick around over here waiting for a civilian to come over and start firing at you. Alright, now let's find that landing pad. It's like it's... there we are. And this is Grim Hex. If I don't crash into it. Alright. Oh, can I only land on that one pad? I guess so. If I don't crash. Alright, cool. I tend to get a little over ambitious when coming into places and tend to ram into things. That used to be especially true with dogfights. I would, you know, be focusing so much on pointing straight at them and shooting at them that I'd end up running straight into them. Often killing myself, sometimes killing them in the process. Let's use the other door this time. This door works great for getting out. Not so much getting in. You tend to glitch a little bit. But you know, you just have this extra door so you can, say your cargo holds really full, you can just get out that way. So we're going to head on in here to Grim Hex. What's really nice about Grim Hex is it really shows off a lot of the physics of this game. Oh, and one thing I forgot to mention, these actually are working airlocks. If you try and come in here without an EVA suit on, the lack of oxygen and the sheer cold of space will kill you. Which would actually probably be a good way to end this video. But yeah, all these windows are actual windows. If there was to be someone outside, I could look at them, see them doing whatever they're doing. They could look in, see me. They actually showcased that in one of the Star Citizen videos. I think it was at Gamescom. Yeah, Gamescom, they showed that off. There's two videos where they show off Star Citizen 3.0. There's Gamescom and then there's CitizenCon. Both of which I will probably end up linking in the description, so if you want to check any of that out, get more of a feel of what's exactly is coming in 3.0 and more of technical details and straight from the horse's mouth type of thing. So let's jump into our normal civvy clothes, so we can die at the end. Sounds great, right? And these elevators are actual moving objects. You know how most games like Battlefield and all that have elevators, but they're basically teleportation devices? These ones actually move. Like, I had to wait for this elevator to come up. Now we're going to get in. Go and press the down button, and we actually start moving. This isn't like some animation in between us, you know, teleporting from up there to down here. That was interesting. Teleporting from down there to up here, or up there to down here. Which, I mean, it probably looked a little bit like to you guys, just because of that weird little glitch. But if you watch the video, the Gamescom video, then they actually show off the actual moving elevator pretty nicely. And so here we've got whatever they decide to call this place. But the Grim Hex version of Cosba. So you've got all your skull t-shirts, your hats with, those spikes on them, hats with with more skulls. I honestly don't remember seeing this hat before. I kind of like it. Hold on. I might be making a purchase here. Let's see. That's the hat that I've currently got. I kind of like it. Let's try it on. I'm fly or... Oh! I like that. Fly or die. I like it. Whoops, I accidentally hit my controller. I like using keyboard for foot, or for moving around on foot, and controller for in vehicles, so. But yeah, I really like that hat. Let's get it. Buy. Equip now. Later on, you can actually have it delivered places, like to your ship or something, but right now you can only equip. Let's get it put on. And after you buy something, you don't have to buy it again if you decide to switch into different, into something different and then switch back. So that's always nice. And then you've got your jackets over here. More jackets. More jackets. I think this side's completely jackets. There's your nice combat boots. And then there's... Let's call him Joe. There's Joe. Looks like he sells all kinds of different things. Oh. Just some magazines on the different ships. Looks like he's probably got some drugs in there. What you doing over here, Joe? I thought you were a respectable man. I thought you were a respectable criminal shopkeeper. Oh, wait. Drugs would be respectable in this enterprise. Hey, Joe, can I have some? Can I have some meth? Some coke? Something? Come on. Come on, I bought my... Actually, now the majority of my clothes from you. Come on, man, hook me up a little bit. Okay, fine. More t-shirts. That guy... Yeah, Admiral Bishop, I believe that's the, commander of the UEE Army. Or of the UEE Navy. So, I guess they're saying that he tells lies. Okay, interesting. I thought there were some pants around here, though. Oh, yeah, here they are. And then all kinds of different pants that you can try on. Just not my style. I like my blue jeans. But, of course, we don't have any blue jeans in here. I like my leather jackets and blue jeans, but I guess I just gotta settle. And each planet's going to actually have their own, like, unique things that you can buy from them. They'll have their own, like, cities and establishments on the ground. They'll have their own stuff orbiting, like Grim Hex and Port Alizar, and each one will have things unique to that solar system or that planet, what have you. And so over here, yeah, I guess none of these places actually have names. Because, I mean, this originally wasn't designed as a criminal hangout. This was originally a shipping company. But then they went out of business. Things went really downhill, as you can see. And then the criminals came in and were, like, basically just took over, because this is the perfect place for them to hang out. So in here, we've got the Grim Hex armors. Okay, it looks like for the light armors, it's just my game bugged out a little bit, because I know this one has a helmet, but I don't see it. So, oh, there it is. So you've got your light armor. Let's see, will it actually, sure, yep, there we go. Got your light armor there, looking kind of like a skull. Got your medium armor and your heavy armor. Looks a lot like something out of Fallout. And then over here you've got your weapons, your energy weapons, so you've got your shotgun, your medium range rifle, and your sniper rifle. And then of course your pistol. And then you on the table, both here and at Alazar, you've got med pens, so you can quickly heal yourself up. And it looks like there's clay mines in there, but you can't buy any of those. Guns don't kill people, but they sure do help. Pretty much. And I guess that's the majority of, at least what I'm going to show you guys. There's a few other things for you to discover around Grim Hex and around Crusader. But I don't want to end up, taking all the fun out of it. And especially, once 3.0 comes out, there'll be a lot more to discover. And I might end up doing some collabs with Red Eagle, time permitting. Just because, of course, 3.0, it'll be a lot more fun, a lot more entertaining for you guys to watch than just running around this one planet. But this game's definitely going to be centered around, a lot of player interaction, because each player will be able to get their own profession, say bounty hunting or police work, hauling cargo, being in a militia, being pirates and stealing the cargo being hauled. And so it's going to be a lot more fun, especially if you have a bunch of people that you can get in here and play with. There will be a lot of ships that are big and have a bunch of turrets all around them, so that you can have your friends in there and go into combat. There will be a lot of multi-crew exploration ships that have vehicles in them, so you can, or land rovers in them, so you can go around on the planet's surface looking for neat little things to discover down there. And say you're with a bunch of friends and you guys want to get a nice big ship, but you don't want to, only one of you have the money, so you can actually create an organization with your friends, share the ship between yourselves, have your own company hangar where you can store the ship and people can just go there and pick it up. Even, so say only you're on, you can go get the ship, and if only one of your friends is on, they can go get the ship as well. It's not tied to exactly one person if you don't want it to be. And there was one more thing that I was thinking about that I wanted. Currently ships do cost real life money, but the way they want us to think about it is not, going and buying a ship. They want us to think of it as more of the money going towards, helping them develop this game, helping them have the funds to keep pushing forward. And in return, we get a nice ship, because once the game gets further down the development process, they're actually going to make ships available for in-game currency, so you don't have to be spending that money. And they're going to make it so that you actually have to have insurance like in the real world. And so if your ship's destroyed, say you only have insurance for the ship itself, you don't have insurance for the mod, because you can actually add modular pieces to your ships later on. So say you only have insurance for the ship, not the mods or the cargo you're carrying, you don't get the money back for the mods or the cargo, but you do get your original ship back through the insurance. And there will be different levels of insurance that will start covering the mods, the cargo, and of course, if you're going to be a cargo hauler and you're planning on going through risky parts of space, your insurance for your ship and your cargo are going to be a lot higher than someone who's, just going between the centralized planet, the inner planets, where it's a lot more safe, it's a lot more patrolled, and a lot more security. But of course, those higher risk routes are going to yield more profit for you, so it's going to be a very, very tactical, very strategical type of game where you actually have to think through things as you would in real life. And there will be alien planets, and I think there's 4 different species. Why does that door keep opening? There will be, I think, 4 different species of intelligent life in the currently predicted universe, and some of those are going to be more hostile towards humans than others. I'm not sure if we'll actually get to play as those other species, but that's all stuff that only time can tell. But even with that, even if we weren't to get some of that stuff, I feel like what they have planned for 3.0 is definitely enough to make me interested in this, and to all fairness, I think even if they stopped at 3.0, this game would be terrific and I think better than No Man's Sky by far. I don't know why things just keep... because we had some people come up. So, or come in. Oh yeah, they came up. So, let's end this episode with me dying in the airlock. Why not? Anyone else coming in? No? Okay, see ya. So thank you guys so much for watching. Please do enjoy my death in the frigid cold of space. And I'll see you guys later.